Prynawn da, croeso, good afternoon and welcome to the very first Bluebirds Nest Live of the Cymru Premier 25-26 season. The start of our away day coverage of a league season that will be the last as a 12-team league format. 3 teams will come up from the second tier in the south and the north next season to make it a 16-team league. Perhaps a bit more on that later on, but for now, we're here with you this Bank Holiday Monday as Haverfordwest County have travelled east to the Renewable Centre Stadium, formerly known as Old Road, home of Briton Ferry Llansawel. Friday night, just gone, brought our first point of the season after a bit of a dramatic 2-2 draw with Cardiff Met at the Oggy Bridge Meadow, storming into a two-goal lead by half-time through Ben Arman and Corey Shepherd, but 2 extremely quick-fire strikes right after the restart from Jasper Payne and Ryan Reynolds, just over 90 seconds into the second half, pulled the Archers level, and that's how it finished. It was another good performance from us, but that blitz from the Met stopped us having our first 3 points. And I think the week before, a similar story. I thought overall we were the better team against Penabont as well, but they dug deep and snuck a 1-0 away win against us. So currently on 1 point in the league. As for today's hosts, Briton Ferry, they've enjoyed a very strong start of the season. Andy Dyer's side currently sitting second in the table with 2 wins and a draw from their opening 3, including that eye-catching 3-0 victory away at champions TNS on the opening weekend. That, I think, a real statement of intent to go with a really good summer of recruitment. So I think everybody around the ground here already feeling it's going to be a very tough afternoon ahead for us. These teams last met in January. It was a memorable one at the Oggy Bridge Meadow, a 5-1 win out the day. Ben Moon got 2, Rhys Abruzzese, Owen Jones and a Greg Walters header, all getting on the score sheet for that 5-1 win. A repeat of that this afternoon will go down very nicely, I think, with the travelling supporters here in Briton Ferry. Plenty to look forward to on this bank holiday. The pitch is looking okay, to be fair. It looks a little bit dry, and speaking to some of the players warming up, found it quite hard underfoot, but there's a good atmosphere building here, and just a few minutes away from kick-off as some of the substitutes, replacements, crossing the field. Teams today then, Tony Pennock himself serving a touchline ban this afternoon. He has Dylan Rees also missing, the start of a 3-game suspension for him. Long-term absentee Jax Wilson is still in rehab. Elliot Scotcher still carrying a little bit of a niggle, and Kyle Kenneford still a few weeks away following his pre-season ankle injury that kept him out of any European action. However, we do welcome new signings Panache Makwiramiti and Tom Shepherd to the squad today. Pan in particular, as he'll be known to me, and probably many others. Our new number 11 was on the bench on Friday night, but today he does make his first team debut. We start with then Luke Rees in goal, Rhys Abruzzese, Alaric Jones, Corey Shepherd, Ben Fawcett, Dan Hawkins, Kyle McCarthy, Greg Walters, Owen Jones, Yori Humphreys, and Panache Makwiramiti. The substitutes for us, Ivan Knott, Ricky Watts, Luke Owen, Tom Shepherd, Will Hughes, Ben Arman, and Dylan Maguire. The Ferry, as I said, recruited really well over the summer, having come up against many of new faces for them, new opponents for them last season, having played their first top-flight season. They avoided the drop comfortably in the end, and have looked to strengthen and build upon that maiden season. Incomings noticeable in the squads over the last few weeks. Sam Snaith from Barry, Johnny Evans from Aberystwyth. They've brought a lot of experience, and I think one player in particular, exciting former Swansea 21 striker Ruben Davis. He's been in fine form for them, already finding the net 4 times in 3 games. He's certainly one we're going to be looking to keep quiet this afternoon. Ferry then themselves start with Will Fuller in goal, Lewis Bates, Kean Jenkins, Tom Price, Thomas Walters, Sam Snaith, Corey Herford, Ricky Lee Owen, Ruben Davis, Ryan George and Connor Smith. Seems a very attacking lineup from the home sides. Noticeable Mr. Rio Dyer on the bench, former Bluebird from a year or so ago. He lines up under the tutelage of his father, who is the Briton Ferry manager. Teams are in the tunnel over on the far side, heading out shortly. Ferry will be all in red with the Bluebirds in the very nice away kit, designed by Tor Sports, sponsored by Dragon Bet. You do well to find a nicer away kit in the league this season. I'm a big fan of it. White shirt with orange and black sleeve, styled with a Pembrokeshire puffin, black shorts and white socks. Please do visit the Tor Sports website to take a look and place an order on one. Mentioned our front of shirt sponsors Dragon Bet just there. Had a brief look at what some of the bookmakers have it today. on the way up as we navigated a very heavy bank holiday traffic on the M4 this afternoon. The home side as high as 12-5 to win with some bookmakers, but Dragon Bet a little bit perhaps more accurate. They've got us as slight favours at 10-11, but just over even money for the home side. And I think very strong start of the season. That's a fairer reflection on them, to be fair, of how this afternoon is going to play out. It's going to be a tense affair. I think it's Dewi Adraig, Dewi the Dragon, leading the teams out over on the far side. Really hot, warm summer afternoon today in Briton Ferry, so I dread to think how warm it is in that giant dragon costume over on the far side as the players line up in front of the Scorio cameras on the far side. Across the league today, full sweep of Cymru Premier, Cymru South, Cymru North that we'll keep you updated on. With regards to my predictions, TNS to win at Colwyn Day, I think, is the banker. However, could there be an upset there in front of a big crowd at Colwyn Bay? Penabont at home to Llanelli. I see them coming out on top. Carnarvon for me to beat Bala. And then 2 draws. Met and Barry perhaps to draw. And the Flintshire Derby, Connors Key and Flint. Perhaps seeing that one all square at the end of 90 minutes up there. But as often happens within this league, and certainly what we've seen already this season, you could easily say any of my predictions could go completely the other way around. But like I said, if you're looking for a bit of a surprise, Dragon Bet have Colwyn Bay at 7-1 to beat TNS. Could the champions have yet another defeat added to their record this afternoon? Teams are out. Officials just taking a moment for the photographer with both captains. Corey Shepherd with the armband, with absentee Dylan Rees not in the squad today, and Tom Price, former Cardiff Met player, the Ferry captain, in the absence of their own normal club captain, Alex Gammond, who once upon a time wore the blue of Haverfordwest County. Referee Tom Owen will get us underway shortly. It's James Young, I believe, on one side, and I think it's Alex McKinch, who's right in front of us here, as I sit in the ground in between the 2 dugouts, opposite the Scorio camera. So as often is the case when you see the highlights following any action today, you'll be seeing it from the opposite side of the pitch to where I'm sat. Please feel free to let us know in the chat, whether you're listening on Facebook, Twitter, X these days, YouTube. Please let us know where you're tuning in from this afternoon's game. Many Bluebird supporters have made the journey east, and a number of them who have come up on the sold-out coach of supporters this afternoon, enjoying the sunshine and gladly in the shade in the stand, like I said, between the 2 dugouts. So opposite the Scorio cameras, as referee Owen gets us underway. Tom Price for Ferry goes all the way back to his keeper, and Will Fuller, route 1, straight up into the sunlight for Alaric Jones, who does well, heads clear, only as far as Hereford on the far side. He was looking lively as Ferry beat Llanelli in the live Scorio game on Friday night. Hereford took his goals extremely well, to be fair to him. Ex-Swansea City youngster. It's bouncing all over the place in the middle of the park. Greg Walters looks to clear. Ricochet's out for the first throw-in of the afternoon, over there in front of a number of Ferry supporters who probably you won't see on the Scorio cameras. The flags are out, as are the Bluebirds flags, which will be on the Scorio cameras, showing the number of supporters who've made up the journey this afternoon. Pan starting lively in the middle there, keeping a hold of Tom Walters, who seems to be almost playing in the 10 position for Ferry. Again, Alaric Jones caught late there, surely. No, ref waves play on. Force it on the halfway line. Goes to go past. It does well there. Lewis Bates, the right back for Ferry, does well. Greg Walters is underneath Sam Snaith. They're having a bit of a tussle, those two. Being an interesting battle. Just trying to find out how the teams are lining up here. I got a feeling the Bluebirds are have tweaked the formation somewhat. I think it's Greg Walters alongside Alaric Jones in the middle of a back 4. Yori Humphreys. No, it's not. I think it's Greg to the right of a back 3, maybe. He's very deep. Abruzzese and Yori Humphreys operating down the side. Shepherd and Pan in the middle. And you've got Owain Jones and Ben Fawcett up top today, looking perhaps to use their speed to get in and behind the Ferry backline. And we've got the informed Ben Arman waiting in the wings perhaps this afternoon. Throw in for the Bluebirds then, inside our own half. Number of Ferry supporters getting the atmosphere going with a couple of chants over on the far side. It's Greg Walters with a long throw. Great throw from Greg down the wing. Does well. Pan competes in the air for that one. Looking forward to seeing how Pan operates this afternoon. Shepherd taken late. Referee does give that one. Free kick to the Bluebirds on the halfway line then. Gary Richards, the man in charge for the Bluebirds, just 10 or so yards in front of me here on the bench. Tony Pennock over on the far side. Vantage point at a slightly different angle. Just keeping an eye on things. Abruzzesi's crossed field to take this one. Left-footed then from the halfway line. Up in the air. It's blowing a gale here today. It's up. Owain Jones almost gets on the bottom of that one. Cleared by Ferry. Pan is going across to compete with Ruben Davis. Pan gets there first. Down the side. It's going to go out. Does well, Greg Walters. Keeps it in. But Ferry clear. All the way across to Kyle McCarthy, who does well to put it out for a throw in to Ferry on the halfway line. As I said, the wind seems to have picked up. It's a glorious day here in Neath Talbot. Great to see new faces wearing Bluebirds colours in the crowd today. A number of previous shirts, particularly that navy European one. A lot of bucket hats, as you could imagine, in the hot weather. Couldn't make it to Briton Ferry this afternoon and you sat in the garden. Please do let us know where you're tuning in from. I believe we've got a vast amount of destinations, locations that people are tuning in from. Big shout out to our physiotherapist, Henry Fensom's gran down in Southampton, who's a big fan. She's been waiting for the first Nest Live, which obviously was postponed last weekend when we were supposed to travel up to Flintshire, but due to the water pipe issue up there, up in Flintshire, was delayed, should we say, and we now head up there just before Christmas. So the first Nest Live of the season, 25 minutes gone. Nothing much, really, just teams jostling. As I say before, jabbing almost like a boxing match, just sussing the other team out, how they're going to play. Ferry looked to be 4-3-1-2, and the Bluebirds, I thought, might have twisted the formation today, but do indeed line up in the formal 5-3-2 formation with Greg Walters to start in the right of the back three. Ryan George, another former Bluebird, clears for the Ferry. Sam Snaith controls it on the edge of the box. It's going into it's a corner ball. Yori Humphries has to get rid of it. Fawcett and Owain Jones coming back for this one. It's Dan Hawkins, the sole frontman for the Bluebirds, who's staying upfield. Ryan George, as I said, number 18 for the Ferry. A tough time with injuries over the last few years since leaving Haverfordwest County, but finding a good run of form for the Ferry recently. A great assist for him in their win against TNS a couple of weeks ago. Across, Tom Price, the captain for Ferry, not the best of corners. Just falls short. Bluebirds clear all the way back to the halfway line. It's Lewis Bates who puts it back in an area. Flag is appealed for, not given, played on. But he was offside there, Walters. Fawcett does well to hold up play. Back to Humphries, who clears, only to Fawcett again. Fawcett does well to skip past. Just put it down. Back to Bates, who punts clear. Throw in again in our own final defensive third here. Good afternoon to those who've commented where they're tuning in from. Some shopping out in Haverfordwest in the sunshine. In Tesco, celebrating hopefully with a tin of soup in their hands. Love it. Looking around the grounds, as I said, full fixtures across the league this afternoon. Not many goals, 0 goals in the Cymru Premier. Obviously, Conisky, Flint kick off later on. But looking into the south and the north, goals galore in the north, not so much in the south. Aberystwyth, Ammanford, perhaps the standout game in the south this afternoon. You've got Carmarthen at home to Baglan Dragons. We're keeping an eye on our West Wales neighbours. Rhondda Derby, Cambrian and Isheed as well. All a few minutes into their games. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. Ferry with the throw over on the far side. Just looking to get a bit of possession for themselves. Shepherd is chasing, trying to just pinch the ball on the halfway line now. That's Ferry. Go long over Alaric's head.
It's top.
Oh, side netting. Big chance. Alaric and Greg, obviously not used to playing alongside each other somewhat. In discussion with Luke Rees. Greg, Alaric and Luke having a conversation. Could the keeper perhaps have come for that one? Greg was waiting for it, I think. Luke's got the ball. He had his front post well covered anyway, but those three are going to have to get the communication sorted early doors. Abruzzese just showing the short option on the left-hand side. He's in a lot of space. Tom Walters, the closest opponent, 25, 30 yards away. But Luke goes big against the wind. Over the halfway line, it's hooked. Shepherd, nearly gets it. Does get it on the halfway line. It's a bit of a tussle. Referee, he's given a foul against Sheps there. Wasn't much of an appeal for either side. Good morning to Paul over in the United States. Starting his morning tuning in. Let's go Bluebirds. Let's go indeed. Our international followers, warm welcome to you. Remind me, Paul, where's your location? What state are you in? Tom Price, right on halfway line, on the centre spot, goes big, up in the air. Alric Jones comes round, dummies the header and lets it go for a goal kick. Good defensive play from Alric there. Another goal kick then. As you can see from the data on screen, pretty level in possession. Not too much to report really. Bluebirds haven't quite got into the opponent's half too often yet, but chance here, Abruzzese down the left-hand side. Goes big. Header one in the middle by Connor Smith, the 19.
Now we organise that. We organise it.
Greg Walters on the far right-hand side with a throw. Going down the corner, flicked on by Fawcett. Good work. Owen Jones, 25 yards out. It's blocked. Crosses. It's intercepted by Ferry and quite erratically kicked out into the supporters in the front row over on the far side. Portland, Oregon, Paul is joining us from. Our neighbours that I mentioned at Carmarthen and Town Academy join us this afternoon. I think I can guess who that is. Kia. Warm welcome to you, wherever you are in the world. We'll be keeping an eye on Carmarthen, Baglan Dragon score. Greg Walters. Could have gone early. He has to go back to Luke Rees. McCarthy giving him an option. The ball bobbles all over the place. I hope that's not going to be causing problems for our defenders later on, but it's hard ground. I think it's going to have to be dealt with. The less bouncing balls, the better. Good header by Pan to get back possession. Shepherd plays it out to Abruzzese. Ryan George, former teammate, aware of that one. Gets it back, goes back to Bates, who pumps it high into the sky. Alric's underneath it. Great header, Alric. 25, 30-yard header up in the air. Shepherd wins it off Price. Owen Jones over the top. Force it in. Unlucky force. Good defending, Bates, must be said. Clears only as far as Shepherd. Back to Abruzzese, but Walters has pinched it off him. Plays forward. Comfortable. Alric's got plenty of space. Dan Hawkins is calling for it, but it's a big switch. Over to Owen Jones. Great ball, Al, but one out. Pan, great play. Read the game well there. Pan, the number 11, pacing down the right-hand side. Good tackle from Ferry. But Shepherd, 35 yards out, squares it. Abruzzese could pull the trigger here. Crosses, goes deep. Owen Jones header. Comfortable. Keeper saves. First real opportunity for the Bluebirds after a dozen minutes. The Evans crowd Austin and Lloyd down in Tembe enjoying the sunshine today. Literally a warm welcome to you. Hope we can provide some communication of some goals soon. Keeper taking a little bit late there. Luke Reese came to collect a bouncing ball. Again, as I said, a little bit of teething problems perhaps for our newly assembled backline. Dealing with it nonetheless. Luke goes big from outside his box on the floor, punts clear. It's Bates again at the back. Out to Kean Jenkins, the left footer, travelling down the left hand side. I remember a very wet evening just before Christmas that we were here last for the away game last season, and he caused us problems down that left last time. So Yori Humphrey's going to be on guard, waiting for those attacks from Jenkins. 13 gone. Penabont taking the lead up in Bridgend. 1-0 Penabont. I think it's Miles Davis who scored that goal against us a couple of weeks ago. I think both players here handling the ball in the centre circle. Ref waves play on. Humphreys pings it forward. Fawcett on the end of it. Chance to shoot from distance. Didn't quite catch it. It's a little bit of a tame effort, but Ferry only cleared to the halfway line. Where McCarthy picks it up on his left foot. It's his head up. Fawcett's going around the back. McCarthy shows the other way. Out to Abruzzese. Can he put it in an area? It does. Across to Owen Jones. Chance to shoot. Oh, good tackle. Ferry quick to react there. Half a chance. Luke Reese comes to get it this time. Does well and clears. Only goal so far then in the Cymru Premier sees Penabont lead after 16 minutes. Miles Davis with his second of the season. Llantwit Major have scored just down the road here in Trevellyn. And they've now scored again. 2-0 Llantwit. Ferry throw-in over on the far side. In between the halfway line and the penalty box. Kean Jenkins throws it in. Greg's underneath it. It's got to be... It's headed backwards and out for a corner. Seemed Greg was pushed there. Ball bounced off his iconic hair. Gary Richardson, as I said, in charge in the dugout this afternoon, bellowing the instructions onto his team. It's Tom Price over on the far side. Didn't get much airtime on the last one. Better this time, into a good area, but it's cleared well by Ben Fawcett, I think it was, who's in that pocket there. Pan does well this time. Oh, nearly gets it back for the Bluebirds. The Tom Price just clips one across. Won by Sam Snaith. Up in the air by Humphreys. A little bit of a misconnection there. And out for a throw-in over on the far side. Bounces into the near garden. Very quickly, it's thrown back over. William Thomas advising the Cleddau casuals. I'm hoping they got their sun cream on today. That's certainly needed. It's scorching hot here in Briton Ferry. Fair play. Looking to my right, there is, I'd say, close to 100 travelling supporters today, enjoying the Neath Talbot sunshine. As Ferry come forward again, and piling the pressure on, to be fair, throwing lots of bodies forward, but Bluebirds do well to clear it. Good save from Luke Reese, after a Tom Walters. Bit of a snapshot. He throws wide to Abruzzese. Cuts inside. Oh! I think this is going to be the first card of the afternoon. Walters catches Abruzzese late. It's a bad one. Abruzzese's down holding his knee. Physio Henry Fensom is going on. Walters, I don't think it was intentional. However, he has caught Reese Abruzzese extremely high. He's picked up a yellow. There's a lot of unhappy Bluebird supporters here who happened right in front of them. A lot of it was high. I'm sure that one will be on the Scorio highlights later on. There's a lot of supporters not happy with that, including Dai Abruzzese that his son has been sniped down knee high. That is one of those orange cards, should we say. It is, you could have easily seen that being given as a red, and what a player to lose for Ferry that would have been, with Tom Walters, who get so many goals and assists for them. Abu is back on his feet. He's huffing and puffing. He's not happy with that one. Walters is walking back towards him to apologise again, I think. It seems he's got good characteristics, to be fair, from Walters. Says sorry. Bit of an embrace. Abruzzese walking away from there, hobbling, should we say. Walters very lucky there to be still on the pitch. Claps from the home and away fans. I think everybody realises the extent of that tackle, other than the man in charge. We continue. Nearly 18 minutes in. Luke Rees goes long, very central. It's cleared well by Connor Smith, the centre half. It's cleared. Oh, good turn. Tom Price dummies the long ball. Beats Ori Humphreys, but Pan is there to block him. Having a good start here. Corey Hereford then, 35 yards out. Again is blocked by Pan. Greg Walters comes to get it. He's skipping past the few. Ruben Davis now in the box. Greg's got it. Does well. Sees it out for a corner. Great feet from Hereford and Ruben Davis there. Almost creates a chance for Ferry, but Bluebirds seem to be settling into their defensive roles. Again, Tom Price over the far side for Ferry's third corner of the afternoon. Pam joining us from Southampton. Did give you a bit of a shout out earlier, Pam. Welcome to you. Welcome back, shall I say. Deep cross from Ferry. A little bit wasteful. Could have gone into an area for them, but they break down the right. Ryan George sees his cross sail over the crossbar. And back in Bluebirds' possession now then for the restart. The Mid-Wales derby today. We've got Newtown hosting Caersus. Has seen 2 red cards within a minute and a yellow. So that derby sounds like quite the hot-headed action, the fiery one that it was set up to be. First time those two clubs, I think, have played each other in a long time. With Newtown, obviously, their first year in Tier 2 after being ever present in the top tier. Great goal kick by Luke Rees. Almost beats the back line. Pan is going to pick up a debut yellow card. I don't see how that warrants a yellow. It's a foul. It's a free kick. Yet has picked up the same the same punishment. That is a free kick. I agree, but it's not a yellow. If Tom Walters' foul was deemed a yellow, that is certainly nowhere near the level of ferocity in the tackle. So Will Fuller, all in aqua blue, on the halfway line. The goalkeeper to punch one forward. He's asking for a very narrow front line. He's going straight in central here. But a great kick on him. This could reach the 6-yard box. Bluebirds holding firm on the edge. Does indeed go very central. Greg Walters and Snaith. Greg does well. Just jockeys it out. Snaith and Walters having a great tussle. Gary Richards offering his thoughts to the 4th official, Alex McKinshire, how Pan's yellow card has picked up the same punishment as Tom Walters is. You're scratching your head a little bit. Another goal kick then. Luke Rees defending. Okay, yeah. Bluebirds holding off the threat of the home side, which we knew they would come out swinging, and they certainly have. They're up for this just as much as we are. Luke Rees then out to Abruzzese. Chance to flick on into an area, but Tom Price is underneath it. Snaith and McCarthy deal well. It's going to be a Bluebirds throw. Well done, Lino. Saw the touch off the big centre forward, Sam Snaith. As I said, it's come across from Barry. Been at Penabont, been at Barry. Big, tall target man, number 10. Alaric with a chance to punch it clear with his left. Flicked on by Shepherd. Owen Jones with it now. Great inside ball to Dan Hawkins. Chance for the Bluebirds. On the halfway line, Dan Hawkins does well. Passes backwards to Shepherd. Forwards to Abruzzese. Look, a threat when we're going forward. Abu to Hawkins. Out to... Oh, nearly falls for Owen Jones on the break. But it's bounced back to... Oh. The referee gives the throw in to Ferry. Johnny Evans, the ex-Aber man, scored so many crucial goals for Aber before they got relegated at the end of last season. He's now with Ferry. He's just walked out for his warm-up. Don't need much of a warm-up today with the temperature so high. Great header, Alric Jones. Sends it straight back where it came from. So, referee has got to start giving it. Owen Jones is clattered in the back from a header. He's still down, just gingerly getting back to his feet. Ryan George was about 7 foot over Owen's head, clatters into the back of him. Nothing given by any official. Any chance? Greg Walters coming across to take a throw in, which is just outside the penalty box line. Greg's got a decent throw of him, and it's a little bit downhill here at Old Road. Chance here, Alric Jones is at the front post getting manhandled. It's over Alric, clear by Tom Price. McCarthy to Abruzzese. Goes out, little dink over. Shepherd's going in. Oh, keeper comes to collect well. Boomed clear by Fuller. Ruben Davis can't see it. The sun is in the air. It's got to be one. Great header pan. Abruzzese. Chance to break now again down the left-hand side. Inside his own half. Clips clear. If he can get over Smith. Oh, he does well, Smith, to read that. I think the sun's going to play a big factor here. Bluebirds obviously facing it in this first half. So Ferry are pumping it high up in the sky for us to struggle with the dealing of it. Shepherd just a little bit long through ball. All the way through to Fuller. Well, again, no messing around. Pumps it skyward. Greg Walters subconsciously almost controls that one. Ferry clear. Throw into Haverfordwest County inside the Ferry half. Still no goals in the other games across the league. All stalemates after 20 plus, nearly 30 minutes in those. Newtown Kaisus, the standout game, I think, in the north. Rill comfortably beating Holyhead. Hollywell 2-1 up. Penryn Coch, the trail at home to Denby. As the Bluebirds get it back. Good through ball from Shepherd. It's bouncing all over the place for Fawcett, who has to hook it over his head. Cleared only as far as Pan. Bit of space on the edge of the box. Out to Fawcett on the right-hand side. Beats the first man. But Price again, defensive midfielder, picking up the ball. Greg Walters gets it on the halfway line. Square ball, only as far as Tom Walters, but Abruzzese in hot pursuit. Hereford's onside on the far side. Humphreys has got to keep up with him. He's tricky. He gets past. Ball out for a throw-in. Interesting. Hereford was clear of Humphreys there and bearing down on goal, but ball seemed to have gone out for a throw-in. Trevelyan have got one back in the game in the Cymru South. The only game with goals currently. 30 minutes gone there. Trevelyan trail 2-1 at home to Llantwit Major. Carl Lewis, the Llantwit boss, back at Trevelyan, where he spent last season as assistant manager. Owen Jones, great punt. Oh, Shep just not falling at the moment with his ball bouncing all over the place. Good header, Pan. He's only 5'8", it must be, and he's winning everything.
Well done.
Ball again over the stand into the local gardens. There's Ricky Lee Owen on the far side, on that left-hand side, going to get us back underway. Ball in hand, taking his time here. Home advantage, it seems, a lot of the way this is going. Oh, Sam Sneath clatters Greg. Waves play on. Fawcett flicks to Owen Jones. Oh, the ball, I've got to say, is bouncing on this ground extremely hard and high. It's tricky to get hold of in one of very few grass pitches left in the Cymru Premier. Greg Walters down the right-hand side. Great asset to have Greg's log throw this afternoon. Good header. Heads it almost as far as he threw it. Ball this time bouncing away from Ferry possession. Dan Hawkins beats Tom Price. It is cleared. Only as far as Pan, who picks it up again on the halfway line. To Shepherd. Chance to knock Abruzzese in on the left-hand side. McCarthy with it. Inside to force it. Flattered in the back, but nothing given by the referee. Pan on Ruben Davis's tail this time. Not letting him turn. Good tackle, McCarthy. And pump clear to Snaith. Alaric Jones going to compete with him. Good battle between the two big men. Abruzzese, great little skill from Abu to pinch the ball. Plays it to Shepherd. Ball on the edge of his box. Goes back to Alaric Jones, who hooks clear. Great knock. Well played, Bluebirds. And somehow it's all the way back in Fuller's possession in the Ferry goal. Good crowd here today at the Renewable Centre Stadium. Oh, it's a collision between Yori Humphreys and Hereford. Now that isn't going to pick Humphreys a card up. However, it's so much worse than the one Pan got a yellow card for, to be fair. It was a collision. Yori had eyes on the ball, but just clattered. I think it's Owen. He's just gingerly getting back to his feet over there. Tom Price already lining this one up. And as I said, that he walks away. It's going to be Kean Jenkins' left foot. Who puts one in an area. Alaric Jones is picking up centre half Connor Smith. Greg Walters has got Snaith this time. Tom Walters is lurking in the box. Left footed. Put it into an area. Smith does well. Chance. Oh, good defending. I think it was Abruzzese who got the final block on there. But Shepherd hooks it clear. Bluebirds pressing forward already. Bounces. Can we win the header? Does. Owen Jones has got it on the far side. 3 against 3. Linesman doesn't give anything.
All right. So you mistake. You can match Snaith up.
Bluebirds, I think, growing into this game nicely. Greg Walters again going to be taking this throw in on the far right-hand side in a position that we so often saw Lee Jenkins do last season. Good throw, Greg. Finds Owen Jones' head, who flicks it on. Oh, just toenails. Stops that one going further. Pan causing himself a good opportunity to steal, but Price plays it round him. Abruzzese got Ryan George in his sights. George back to Tom Price, clips it in. Good header. Pan on the edge of his 6-yard box. Diving header, clears well. He's had a great debut so far. After half an hour, he's on a yellow, so he'll need to be careful. But I'm liking the look of Pan. Throw in to Ferry. Ryan George, he's got a long throw and it's downhill, as I said. The slope at Ferry, it's huge throw into the penalty box, almost lands on the spot. Force it, punts it clear. Oh, Jenkins in the right place. Crossfielder, Yori Humphreys on the end of it, but it's going to go to Jenkins again. Back into an area. Greg's underneath it. Great header, Greg Walters. Back Tom Price just hooks it in. Ferry just putting bombs into the Bluebirds box here. They've got a very tall team. Pan, good, does well. Force it's being manhandled. It's bobbling. It's going all the way back to Fuller. So Owen Jones is chasing this. He's put one up in the air. It's going to reach the halfway line, to be fair. Good header, Pan, yet again. Having a great start to life with Haverfordwest County. Ball is going to be in Luke Reese's hands. Does well to come and collect that one as Tom Walters chased the punt forward from Lewis Bates. Reese rolls it to Greg Walters over on the far right-hand side. 31.5 minutes gone. A great time to score, hopefully, here as we go down the side. Fawcett does well to get his body in between it. Throw in. I think that's going to be another Greg one coming in here, but as I said, downhill is great, but from the right-hand side in his first half, it's uphill. It's a long way into that box. Still not many goals to report across the Cymru Premier. Penabont still leading 1-0 at the Dragon Bet Stadium up in Bridgend. Greg Walters uphill into the penalty box, won by Smith. Finds Ricky Llewellyn, who's been quiet, really. And Rupert Davis as well. Great header. Alaric Jones plays it forward. Great touch, Dan Hawkins. But Tom Price, the captain at Ferry, as I said, ex-Cardiff Met, read that one. Ryan George up against Abruzzese, skips past him, chance to cross for the right foot there. Low, into the box. McCarthy hooks it clear. Abruzzese, good touch. Lays it back to Shepherd, calmly. Great composure from Abu there. Shepherd darts one forward. It's over the fullback's head. Forces in. Can he get something on the end of this one? Shoots. Oh, deflected out for a corner. Lewis Bates, hands all over Fawcett there. Hands all over him. A little bit more, and I think Fawcett had the opportunity to go to ground, and he would have been last man, but stayed on his feet well. Corner is going to be taken by Dan Hawkins shortly. Abruzzese just given an option. He's read early by the Ferry 11, Hereford. Downhill cross, right footer. Chance to put Ferry under a bit of pressure here. In swinging corner coming in. Crossed. It's gone early from post. Good header by Bates. Back to Shepherd, who just dinks one into an area. Straight into the keeper's hands. Takes his time with this one. Lets the home side get up the pitch as he throws it out for the first time. Great throw to Kean Jenkins over on the far left-hand side. Crosses the halfway line. Numbers coming forward for the Reds, but Shepherd does well. Shows his body in between the ball. Not getting past him. Great little back heel pass to Walters. Punts it forward. Dan Hawkins gets onto it. I think Owen Jones is going to be offside, so well done, Ben Fawcett. Put pressure on Smith and didn't allow him to clear it easily. Throw in then. Shari Humphreys this time, who's taking it easy. Just going to hopefully get a ball that hasn't returned back from anyone's garden. Officials begin to look for a ball. No sign of any. Any chance of a ball? Everyone looking around you in a little bit of disbelief. Yori is being made to walk about 35 yards to go and collect the ball. Incredible. Incredible. Another cases of some clubs in the league not following the guidelines. There must be balls around the pitch ready for the quick restarts, but not the case here in Briton Ferry. Humphreys throws in, flicked by Owen Jones, bouncing in the box. Fawcett takes a tumble, no appeals. Very clear, another throw in. And we're going to be trying to find another ball again. It's gone out. Oh, there is one now appeared. Afternoon, Sebastian, joining us on YouTube. Well, I hope so, Sebastian. Do I think there'll be a goal in the first half? I really hope so. Fair probably had the better chances, but we're in possession of it now. In the final third, Shepherd dictating play. Panache having a really good game, to be fair, the debutant for us. Shepherd out to McCarthy. Chance to cross. It's long. Again, it's won by Smith quite comfortably in the air. I think with Ben Armand's aerial presence, perhaps, in the second half at some point, that would pay off, but good touch by Fawcett laid it off to Hawkins, who'd misread it somewhat. Pan again picking up second ball. Shepherd, can we get something? Lays it back to Abruzzese. Crosses. Corner. Abruzzese's cross comes off Tom Price, the captain. Ferry out for the corner. 37th minute approaching. And to answer Sebastian's question, do I think there'd be a goal? What a great time to score here now. Been a pretty edgy encounter, but as the stats again show, that's probably a good summary. And the corner all the way across for a goal kick. Missed everybody. A little bit too deep from Dan Hawkins. It's a hard one because there is a deceptive slope here. going towards that far corner. The wind is still playing a factor too. And I'm sure the players will be ready for a half-time debrief with their staff just to get a bit of hydration on as well, because it's warm here. A very quiet Cymru Premier afternoon. 5 other live games going on and only just the 1 goal. Miles Davis is opener at Penabont to report there. The South, similar situation. 3 goals down at Trevelyan, 2 of those to Llantwit, and Caira Ely have opened the scoring at home to much fancied Pontypridd. Pontypridd were made some great signings. Former Thomas Bluebirds manager Mark Dunford has gone in there. He's made some great signings over the summer, and yeah, they've started quite difficult fixtures perhaps, but they trail down at Caira. Luke Rees, the ball in hand here for the Bluebirds, just puts it on the ground. He's liking a kick off the ground this afternoon, but Snaith is 15 yards in front of him. Needs to clear the big man. Does. Best kick of the afternoon for Luke Rees. Goes big, forces underneath it, gets hold of it on the edge of the Ferry box, finds Owen Jones. Tricky feet, does well. Send Smith the wrong way. Oh, Yori Humphreys nearly picks that one up. Pan picks up second balls yet again. Just clips one forward. Looking lively. On first few wins, he very much reminds me of a N'Golo Kante type player. Picking up a lot of second balls and can certainly play a pass too. Greg with a chance to clear from his own defensive third. Good clearance, high into the sky, just drifts out for a throw-in. Great to see so many people tuning in on this warm bank holiday Monday afternoon to listen to the Bluebirds Nest Live. Over 230 now tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying a drink or two in the garden perhaps, whilst listening to so far no goals coming in from the Renewable Centre Stadium. New sponsorship deal agreed with the home side over the last few weeks, I believe. Can't tell you much more than that about that business, I'm afraid. But known historically as Old Road. The last time we were here, there was a rugby match going on alongside it on the Briton Ferry rugby pitch, and a ball almost broke up a counter-attack from the rugby pitch. But not going to be the issue today. The rugby boys enjoying a nice afternoon off. Luke clears, not his best one in the afternoon, doesn't reach the halfway line. Hereford picks it up, a great interception. Abruzzese just stops the flow going forward. Pan against Snaith, little versus large. Pan does well, has to pass Snaith, but Hereford cuts in from the left. He's gone down easy. Ref, oh, that's so light. Oh, that's a really frustrating one. He just falls to the ground. That's so light. Referee very quick to give the free kick for the home side there. Just to the left of the D. Slightly further up the graphic that's on screen, but that's about the distance out. Would suit the right footer for me here. And I think that's Hereford over the ball. Yeah, as I said, the talismanic winger, tricky winger, ex-Swansea. Scored many a great goal in his time for Swans, and he scored a great one last Friday night against Llanelli live on S4C as well. Referee has marked out the biggest 10 yards I think I have ever seen. That's an almighty 10-yard gap. This on target. Luke Rees needs to be on his toes here. It is Hereford who strikes it low. Great save, Luke Rees. Gets down low, takes control of the ball. Excellent save. Exactly what the doctor ordered that. Great for his confidence as well. Does well. Body behind it. And now punt's clear. Over the halfway line. Flicked on by Shepherd. Flick. Has hands in the back. Fawcett gets the ball, but it's right in front of the fourth official as well. Ben Fawcett uses his strength this time to stop Hereford pinching it back, and it's a throw-in just inside Ferry territory. Abu going to take this one then. 42 gone. I believe I've just heard that there's going to be 3, as it stands at the moment, 3 minutes of stoppage time. So 6 to play before the break. Snaith falls over and wins his team a free kick. It's fascinating to see how many Bluebird supporters are also in the stand here, all appealing that was never a free kick. I'd agree with them. It's great to see. I guess that there was 100. There must be 150 Bluebird supporters here. Free kick was very, very light there. Fawcett heads clear though. Chance for the Bluebirds to get away. Owen Jones almost gets on the end of a through ball by Shepherd. Just not quite falling for us there. Seems as an official's in charge. I got to be careful what I say, but I'm biting my tongue. Jenkins with a throw into Haverfordwest half. Humphreys heads it infield. Tom Price picks it up. Hawkins chasing. He needs to stop him. Bobbles. It's going to go wide. Team effort from the skipper of Ferry there. He'll be grateful of it. There's about 90 seconds of normal time to play here. I don't think the travelling supporters will be given a huge round of applause, should we say. Many a bucket hat, a baseball hat, all with club colours on. Shirts, and like we say, sun cream evident here in Leith Talbot this afternoon. Abrasesi comes a long way to get it short. Nobody's tracked him, so he's got a lot of time to bring possession up to the halfway line. Goes to the skies, puts one up. Shepherd's going to be underneath this one. Keeper comes to collect. Good decision by a very experienced Will Fuller in goal. Former, obviously Cardiff Met, but also Merthyr Town. It was a great signing for Ferry last year. Played a very big part in keeping them up, I think. Some of his saves, particularly against us, was tremendous, to be fair, last season. Yori's just caught one in the face there. Tom Walters went to clip one on and it's caught Yori. He's going to need a bit of treatment there. Henry Fensom into action and across the pitch. I'd imagine that's caught Yori right on the end of his nose there. Right on the far side of the pitch. 2-0 to Penabont. Not quite updated on my app yet, but Chris Venables in injury time of the first half has given Penabont a 2-0 lead. Lee Johns Llanelli, newly promoted, still looking for their own first points of the league campaign. But 0-0 in every other game. I don't think I've seen 4 of the 5 games in the Cymru Premier not see any goals at all. That is a rarity. Normally goals galore. Perhaps the heat playing a factor. There's a lot of good ties, mind, on this bank holiday weekend. A couple of derby-ish types of games. Cardiff Met home to Barry. Colwyn Bay were hosting TNS. That's probably the biggest distance between opponents today, other than perhaps ours. Carnarvon Bala. Bit of a West Coast derby there. And you've also got Connors Key and Flint, the derby this evening. That I don't think is being covered on live TV at all. Connors Key Flint. Oh, it is on S4C Click this evening. 5:15 kickoff, hence why the late kickoff then. Smith has shouldered it back to his keeper. He took time to deal with that. Alric Jones has headed absolutely everything today. Great defensive play. He's leading the middle of the 3 backline there. Greg and McCarthy either side of him. Greg obviously in an unusual position at centre half this afternoon. Ricky Watts playing 90 minutes on Friday night. And obviously Dylan Rees suspended meant that Greg's come in. Ricky is here with us. Got the option then later on, no doubt, of switching things around. Fresh Ricky legs. Greg perhaps into midfield, causing a nuisance of himself as he so often does. We are almost at the break here. 47 up of 2 that were given in the end, and that is the half-time whistle. It is all square here at the Renewable Centre Stadium. We will return in just under 15 minutes for the second half, and hopefully we can bring you news of a first away goal for the Bluebirds this campaign. So thanks for joining us for now. We'll be back within 15 minutes. Over and out for now. Prynawn da, croeso nôl. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Renewable Centre Stadium, formerly known as Old Road, in Neath Talbot, home of Briton Ferry Llansawel, where we are shortly going to be kicking off for the second half. The Bluebirds have just reappeared from the changing rooms, down the tunnel and out here onto the yellowy looking green grass of Briton Ferry Llansawel, who came out a number of minutes ago. They've been out ready to go for some time here, no doubt, with new instructions how they can open the scoring, but we'll be looking ourselves to get out there and give it their best for the second half. Hopefully we can break the deadlock as soon as possible. Give you the teams. It doesn't look like there's going to be any changes just yet. I know the substitutes were getting warmed up, ready to potentially join action, but we stay as we were. Luke Rees in goal, Rhys Abrasesi, Alaric Jones, captain Corey Shepherd, Ben Fawcett, Dan Hawkins, debutant Panache Makwiramiti, Kyle McCarthy, Greg Walters, Owen Jones and Yori Humphreys. Panache, Pan as we're going to refer to him as a club, I believe. Pan is known, picked up a yellow on a very dynamic first half performance. Did really well, I felt, there on debut. Haven't seen too much of him in recent weeks. Obviously it's his first appearance in the Bluebirds colours, which are this afternoon white shirt, black shorts, white socks, in what is becoming a very familiar sight in the terraces here. A number of people walking around in that away kit. Greg Walters, right of a back three this afternoon, gets us high into the sky. So the sun played a big factor, and it was evident in discussions during the break how Ferry had clearly targeted the unusual looking backline for the Bluebirds with high balls, with the sun glaring down on them. So already I can see the Ferry backline got their hands over their eyebrows almost, blocking out the sun. So I wonder whether the pass inside of the Bluebirds will opt for high balls a little bit more often this second half. Alaric Jones, who headed everything in that first half, to be fair to him, he has started the second half. Good aerial ability too. McCarthy clips one forward. It's hit Tom Walters in the face, who himself goes down. For me, lucky to be still on the pitch. It was unintentional, but did very much catch Rhys Abrasesi in the first half. Really got the backs up of the away supporters, who, again, speaking during the half, there's close to 150 here today. There's got to be. There's such a great number to my right along the terraces, but yet the majority of the stand here as well at Briton Ferry were full of irate supporters when that foul went in. Fawcett's beaten the trap. He's in the back. Oh, good chance. It's going out for a corner. Great start. Defenders appealing for offside, but Fawcett beat the offside trap. Just swiveled on his left foot, pulled the trigger, but blocked there at the last minute by Connor Smith, the 19. Big Sam Sneath coming back to defend this one, the big 10. Of course, a bit of a handful in the first half, but Dan Hawkins up the hill, right-footed in-swinger, goes low, flicked by Greg Walters. Another corner. Greg got first contact, but came off a Ferry defender on the way out. A little bit higher would have been more beneficial. Alaric's lurking on the back, towering over his marker, Tom Price. That's the area I'd be aiming for. Goes deep. The wind catches hold of that one, it seems. In-swinger, two in, swing in over the crossbar. Great to see such a good number of people tuning in this afternoon for this Live Nest coverage. Please feel free to get involved across social media and the YouTube channel. Feel free to fire your questions, comments, predictions of how this is going to play out this second half. Optimism here from the travelling supporters that we can pinch a goal and come away with all three. Shepherd clips one forward for Owen Jones to chase onto. It goes straight out on the full over on the far side, where Tony Pennock has taken residence in the far side, obviously serving a touchline ban this afternoon. Ferry then seems to gained quite a few yards there up the line, but referee again, who some questionable decisions for me in the first half. Whilst respect is there for the officials, there were a few to be queried, shall we say. McCarthy with a throw in on the far side. Just over Owen Jones's head. Alaric, can we have that one then, ref? He's just waved play on. Of course he has. High feet by Snaith. Not penalised. Go on, House. And another one, ref? Nothing? No. Yori this time, heads clear. Dan Hawkins clattered. Hereford on the left-hand side, travelling forward. Panache does well to break up play. Oh, get up. There's a clear dive. He's offside, surely. Great save, Luke Rees. Ruben Davis sliding in. Big chance for Ferry to open the score, and Luke Rees does well to smother the ball, but ref not saying a word to a clear dive from the home side. Fawcett brings it down so well. Finds Shepherd. Back to Fawcett. Under pressure, Smith. Fawcett's got to just usher this out for a throw-in. Does really well. He's got all the possession. Fawcett cuts inside. Is fouled short. Oh, which one, ref? Back to McCarthy. Chance to clip one. Shepherd's on the back. Can he get on the end of it? Oh, does well there, Bates. To Price, who's dictating everything from the home side. Playing like a quarterback. Alaric picks the pocket of Snaith, who is on the turn. Number of, I nearly said Aberystwyth substitutes then, but it's Johnny Evans, formerly of Aberystwyth, going for a jog. Live wire forward, I'm sure will be introduced at some point. Good throw by Greg yet again in front of us the second half. Walters on the break. Alaric Jones holds up Snaith, who lays it off over on the far side to Ryan George, who's travelling into space on the right-hand side. Owen crosses, it's deep, it's over. Oh, I couldn't have shouted. They've told Yori not to head that one. It could have gone out, but Yori does well to clear. How late is that? Finally, the referee gives a free kick to the Bluebirds. Captain Cody Shepherd straight over to have a quick chat with him. It's about the 5th potential free kick, but we've only received this as the first one. I'm biting my tongue. Yori Humphreys taken extremely late there in the far corner, the right-hand side. Tom Owen, the man in charge today, finally gives us a free kick. Referee not keen to. Oh, Luke slices one into touch on the halfway line for the home side. Unlucky. Kian Jenkins waiting for a ball yet again. They're not quick in getting them back on. Where do we go again? Kian Jenkins on the left-hand side. Briton Ferry's 3. Tom Price and Shepherd enjoying a good tussle in the middle there. Good win. McCarthy wins his header. Greg wins his header. Heads home. Great play by Greg Walters. Really getting comfortable there in that centre half position. Luke's punt just a little bit too wide for Fawcett to get on the end too. Looking around the grounds to report from the Cymru Premier, the only real noticeable moment to report is Craig Harrison at TNS, the manager, getting sent off at the break. I don't know what that was for, but after the first half whistle had gone, sent off perhaps on the way in there. Can relate to that. It's still Colwyn Bay 0, TNS 0 there, but like I said earlier, Colwyn Bay 7-1 to get an upset there today. I really fancied that as an outside bet. If anyone was keen on using our front of shirt sponsors Dragon Bet to place that one, please gamble away, gamble responsibly, mind. Abruzzese clips one forward. Fawcett's on side. On the edge of the box. Chance to get one in if he can. Just clips one back post. It's going to be too long. Kian Jenkins and Shepherd just having words in the 6-yard box. Jenkins had all of his shirt. Captain Corey Shepherd not happy. No other goals other than Penabon's 2 at home to Llanelli to report about. Shopping all done in Haverfordwest on the YouTube chat. Back from the shops. looking to get ready to celebrate perhaps an opening goal here this afternoon. Yori Humphreys underneath the goal kick does well. Ferry still opting to go big and long. Not quite working up against the wind this half, as they were using it really well in the first. Put us under quite a bit of pressure, but Bluebirds now somewhat downhill with the wind, with the sun in the eyes of the Ferry defenders. Are they to be advantageous? Good flick by Yori. Inside. Good. Unlucky Dan Hawkins just hooks it over his head and out for a throw-in. Come on, boys. Newtown have taken the lead in the Mid-Wales derby against Caersus. Cumbran, Newport City 1-1. Trevelyan have equalised at home to Llantwit, having trailed 2-0. And just then the Kyrie Ely goal. No other goals. It's a very dry spell this afternoon. McCarthy on his left foot just clips one aerial. Bates does well, to be fair, but Hawkins is getting manhandled by Price. Referee, nothing. Fawcett, unlucky pan. Played a nice little crossfield pass over to Fawcett, but it just bobbled out for a throw-in. As I give you the goals recap, TNS score, of course they do. Jordan Williams opens the scoring up in Colwyn Bay. Question on YouTube with regards to our upcoming game against Swansea City in the League Cup. It's not yet been confirmed the exact location, but it will be away. Substitute incoming from Ferry. It's number 14. I think that's Ellis Sage coming on. Yeah, Ellis Sage coming on for Sam Snaith. The big target man forward coming on, having given almost an hour, 55. Supporters happy with his performance, the target man, but Sage, completely different option coming in. Wonder whether it's Tom Walters who will go up top now alongside Ruben Davis, and Sage will occupy the number 10 position on the pitch. Again, Ferry perhaps looking to open the scoring in a different manner. Number of Holmes fans in the far side with the drum beginning to get their atmosphere up a little bit. Nothing to cheer about yet for either team, really. Throw in Ferry. Over on the right-hand side, said Ryan George. He's got a great throw, Ryan. I remember that very much in a blue shirt years ago. Oh, best chance of the second half. Ruben Davis, I think it was. Over his head, swivel volley, just over the crossbar. Not bad. Good sight there, perhaps. Greg Walters receives the short goal kick. Clips one down the right-hand side. Ellis Sage caught him a bit late there for my liking. Got to talk. Luke Reese comes to collect. Plays it on the full. Up into the sky. Good header, to be fair, by Thomas at the back for Ferry. Tom Price coming forward. Crossfield by Ryan George. Hereford skips inside again. Shot, good block. Alaric Jones does really well there. Dan Hawkins back to defend. Oh, miscontrolled by Hereford. Had a chance to shoot twice there. Opted for a bit of skill. Does well. Dan Hawkins stays on his feet. Clips one in. Luke Reese. Oh, it's clattered late. Referee, is there any chance? Luke catches the ball off the ground and is clattered by Sage. No, it's 16. Apologies. It's Ruben Davis. Just talking to from referee Tom Owen. Free kick then. Ball down. Luke looking to get us back up the pitch. A little bit of a downhill with the wind. Expecting this to go big. Does. Clears the halfway line in the air. One comfortably, Ricky Owen. Ball bounces. Alaric does end up clipping it forward. beats Ryan George to Ben Fawcett on the far side. The former teammates up against each other. Fawcett skips to the left, crosses. Oh, just comes off a divot, I'd say there, because it's skies. And out over the net behind the goal for a goal kick. Incredibly, there's a ball ready for Ferry to play. But the keeper opts to take his time and shuffles over to the other side of the 6-yard box. Almost an hour played here then. Still we wait the opening goal. I wonder whether both management sides are already thinking about a point being a good result. Keeps Ferry as an unbeaten team in the league as they come forward. Hereford on the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Cuts outside. Yori Humphreys concedes the corner. Luke Reese almost kept that in then. Assistant referee on the far side, great eyes to see 75 yards and give the corner. So saying, I wonder whether both teams a point apiece. So far, probably the right outcome. However, still over half an hour to play here. Substitutes for both sides just loosening up. Wonder whether their inclusion, particularly Ben Arman for the home side, for the away side, Bluebirds, would be a good addition at some point. Good cross. Oh, big chance for the Ferry. The header at the back post, clearing the crossbar. Greg and Alric did just enough to put him off there. Good cross from the left-hand side by Tom Price. There's a Ferry player down in the 6-yard box. Gary Richards has indeed sent a couple of players to get ready. New signing Tom Shepherd down in the corner flag area, warming up. Ricky Watts, Ben Arman. I wonder whether fresh legs will make the difference here. Yori coming up to have a chat with management. Another good shift from Yori as Ferry, I think it's Ruben Davis who had the header down receiving treatment inside the 6-yard box. Rio Dyer, an attacker, being sent out for a warm-up. Ben Arman is indeed getting stripped. Great time for him to come on. Throw everything at it for 30 minutes. Alex Gammond, the club captain here at Briton Ferry, missing today. Great in the air. Gams, former Haverfordwest, Lido player. He would have enjoyed a challenge against Ben Arman, but he's missing, so I wonder whether Connor Smith is up to the task of dealing with Ben Arman, who's in a fine run of form. Big Ben indeed getting stripped here. Number 28 making his way to the halfway line. I wonder who it's going to be making way here. Again, the stand full of Bluebird supporters giving the talismanic frontman a round of applause as he makes his way to the fourth official. Substitution, I think it's going to be Owen Jones, who's given his all for an hour. Hasn't quite had the right opportunities to do it. It's Ricky Watts, who's also stripped. I wonder whether Pan, yeah, it is indeed Owen Jones who's making way for Big Ben Arman, and I wonder whether Pan, who's had a great debut but is on a yellow card, will be switched now for Greg Walters. It's Yori Humphreys indeed who makes his way to the sidelines. Ricky Watts coming on, it seems, on this right-hand side of the back three. Great performance, Owen Jones and Yori Humphreys. Good shift for an hour. So Ricky defensively going to look after Corey Hereford, it seems, on this near side. Ben up top. Big Ben and Little Ben. But it's Little Ben who so often gets those flicks on for Big Ben. I wonder whether we're going to see a European repeat here. McCarthy, crossfield to Alaric Jones. Plenty of space. Oh, he's forced one, but it's come off. All right. Put Ricky Watts under a little bit of pressure, but does well. Back to Walters. Greg plays one forward. Flicks on Fawcett. Edge of the box. Oh, good tackle by Ferry. Just pump it clear. Let it bounce. Greg Walters just puts time panache, just clips on forward. A little bit too much on it. Right idea. As I said, our new number 11, great debut today. Won a lot of duels in the air and on the ground. Looks a great signing for us. Fuller just rolls it in front of him, clips one forward, clears the halfway line. It's pretty big, to be fair, considering it's against the wind. Greg Walters deals with it, only as far as Price on the halfway line. Back, Abruzzese is going to just play it out, get a foot on the ball. Oh, played it too well. Skips past McCarthy and out for a throw-in. Give Ben Alman a couple of minutes here, warm up, and he'll be at the races. He'll be looking to increase his tally. Cross from Ferry. Oh, good head, Ricky Watts defensively. And his chance for Alaric Jones to punt clear towards Alman. But it's Connor Smith again who wins it. Force it, wins the flick on. Alman, good tussle. Oh, almost wins the second ball. Contested well in the air. Good ball by Pan. Out to Ricky Watts on this right-hand side. Great infield. Oh, just pinched out. Price has been everywhere today, to be fair. Just pinches that as Hawkins looked to break. Alaric underneath it. Heads up into the sky. Dan Hawkins is outnumbered, but Pan and Watts pinch. Just needed a bit of composure there. Hawkins uncharacteristically kicks it out for a goal kick from the halfway line. Just got to try and get a bit more of a diagonal on that. Clip it in to force it. Who's just in the traps, waiting to get going. The Ferry backline looking a little bit tired now. I wonder. 65th minute. Looking around the ground. The only other thing to report in the Cymru Premier is a red card to Lasana Mendes for Bala. Caernarfon 0, Bala 0 up there. Very quiet afternoon in the Premier. In the south, it's still quite quiet. Still goalless up at Aberystwyth against Ammanford. Still goalless at Carmarthen against Baglan Dragons too. Watts, great ball forward. Oh, it's just going to go. Oh, the bobble nearly beat Will Fuller. Abruzzese and Ellis Sage. Good contest on the far side. Abruzzese lets it go for a throw-in. McCarthy, ball in hand already. Get it up the line, boys. Nothing yet. Welcome to those of you who've just joined us for the second half. Over 400 tuning in this afternoon on this hot bank holiday Monday afternoon. Oh, a slight misthrow from McCarthy. Pan again. They said he's only 5'7", 5'8", but he's done so well. As Greg has put one over the top. Force it. Oh, he's toe poked it towards goal. Keep it as well. It was never really, it was half a chance. Connor Smith at the back line. Last man for Ferry did well there, to be fair. Forsey just again that nuisance that he is in those areas. Does well. Pan. Excellent yet again. I think Alman's going to be offside. Yeah, he is offside. Was offside. Good decision by the assistant. As much as I can criticise, to be fair, that was the right call. Right in front of us here. '67th minute approaching. Fuller, the Briton Ferry goalkeeper, comes out to take this one. They're in no rush to take it. He's played a crossfield pass to keep possession on the ball. Ryan George will come forward with it. McCarthy will pinch it. Inside to Abruzzese again. Bluebirds throw. Looking on the app, I think deceptive. Panache Makwiramiti, Pan, has picked up a yellow and he's in a red shirt in the Cymru football app, so it's a little bit deceptive. Really questioned my own memory then, but he did indeed pick up a yellow card in the first half. Oh, what he nearly wins a flick on. Ferry just trying to play it out this time instead of perhaps pumping it and go. Oh, unlucky. Greg fires one into Sheps, can't quite control it. Alaric is going to come across to stop Hereford gaining. Does indeed do a great job, Alaric Jones. Well done. Goal kick. Got his body in front of Hereford, who's looking lively the second half. Tricky left winger, former Swansea City youngster. I think there's a goal at Cardiff Met. They've taken the lead at home to Barrytown. Just after an hour, Sam Jones opens the scorings there. That was a good goal for Met, that'll be. Sheps plays one forward. Dan Hawkins is chasing Kian Jenkins back with it. He's going to have to... What's he given? What's he given? A free kick. Well done, linesman. Dan Hawkins chasing a bit of a lost cause there. Kian Jenkins was trying to shepherd it out and has shoulder barged Dan Hawkins over, who's won us a free kick right in the corner, 5 yards away from the corner flag. So Abu Sezi is probably going to line this one up like a corner. He's taking his time trotting over. I wonder, Ben Arman. Big Ben, can he get on the end of this one? Free kick incoming. Can we see the Bluebird supporters are up here? Abu Sezi, one hand up, clips one in. Oh, great area, but won well by the Ferry defenders. Force it out, lays it back to McCarthy. Chance to clip it back in. Goes short to Arman. 35 yards out. Clips one back post. Abu Sezi's there. First time. Offside. The flag is up. Didn't quite get back on side. It's going to be a free kick to Ferry inside the 6-yard box. Abu was just lining it up to hit the volley then. It would have been a great opportunity and a great angle for him on his left foot. Seems there's more red cards than goals in the Cymru Premier this afternoon. Ferry management just getting a little bit hot under the collar here, literally. A lot more frustrations coming through from them. They were quite quiet the first half, but Andy Dyer up on his feet now, giving his commands to his players. Like I said, undefeated so far this season. They've started very, very well in the season. Little clip forward, Shepherd finds Fawcett right on the touchline. 25 yards out, clips it over Smith's. Oh, pinched it. Kian Jenkins. Shepherd keeps it. He pinches it back, shows Kian Jenkins a clean set of heels, squares it across. Ben Arman in the penalty box. Back to goal. Back to Shepherd, who's onside. Pan is with him. Turns. Beats one. Pan clips it. Flicks by... Oh, the flick by Arman didn't quite get it under control. And it runs through to Will Fuller in goal. A lot better from the Bluebirds the second half. On the front foot, that wind, the slight banking down towards the goal to my right-hand side in the second half. And certainly the sun affecting the defenders for Ferry. Alric Jones is going to come round and hopefully pick that one up. Flag goes up. Ruben Davis offside. Good defending by Greg Walters, who again, the midfielder, playing centre-half today due to a number of absentees. Still 0-0. Caernarfon has opened the scoring against the 10 men of Bala. 1-0 up in Llandudno, where Bala play their home games this season, with their oval pitch being renovated. It's Phil Mooney. I'd imagine that off a corner or a set piece, perhaps. Big centre-half getting on the end of one. McCarthy then travels with it, goes back to Alric Jones in an acre of space, plays out to Greg Walters, also in a lot of space. Ferry just sitting back somewhat the second half. Greg clips one forward for Dan Hawkins, onside into the penalty area. Crosses, picked up again, beated. No one really in the box, to be fair. Greg meets a ball. Hawkins, Watts link up. Hawkins skips inside. He's got Watts on outside of him. Can he get a good ball in? Foul appeal for, not given. Hawkins clips one. One by Smith. Not quite. Pan, 35 yards out. Can he strike one? Oh, does well. Dummies the shot to Shepherd. Can he strike one? Oh, deflected. Ferry playing the attack. There's no one forward for them. McCarthy's got time and lots of space. Just seems that possession, territory, and the swing of this game are going our way at the minute. Arman, he broke the line excellently, but again, as he said in the first half, this dry pitch, ball just skipped up and went straight into the hands of the keeper, who drops it. He's got plenty of time. Ferry in no rush here now, soaking up this pressure. Flick forward. Ruben Davis beaten in the air by Alric Jones. Shepherd. Good defending by Tom Price. Back to Shepherd. Clips it forward. Arman on the spin. Can he beat Kian Jenkins? Does well, the defender. The left back goes back to Connor Smith. Greg Walters does well. Headed home, Greg. Well done, playing with their feet. He could have headed it home, played it with his feet, and Luke Reese gives it straight back to Greg, who clears towards Fawcett. Going to win the flick. Gets it. Oh, I didn't see where the ball bounced. It was behind him. Well done, Greg Walters. Lets it go through to the keeper. He's grown and grown into that centre-half position, to be fair to him. Here we go again. Shepherd, back to McCarthy. Building up down the left-hand side. Back to Shepherd, now operating like the quarterback. Switches it to Greg Walters. Space to travel. His midfield experiences, that's what's giving us now. Pan picks it up, does well to beat Davis. Greg switches play out to McCarthy. Well done, Greg Walters. McCarthy travels with it. He's got options in front of him. Finds Abruzzese. Cuts inside, back to McCarthy. Pan square of him. Goes outside of him. Plays it on the floor to Dan Hawkins over on the far side. On his right foot. Good skill. Got a chance to cross in his left. Does. Steep. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Much, much better from the visitors. Wonder whether fresh legs will soon be added into the mix for both sides. Nearly 75 minutes gone, yeah. Colwyn Bay have equalised. And it's Aaron Edwards who's got the goal just before the 70th minute up in Colwyn Bay. 1-1 there. I said I fancied something. I wonder, up against managerless TNS, with Craig Harrison being sent off, I wonder whether they will go on to concede a late one. 7-1 Colwyn Bay for the win today. Massive odds in a league that anyone can beat anyone on their day. Will Fuller gets us back underway finally. Great kick again by the experienced campaign in the goal. One well. Ruben Davis brings it well. Pan on a yellow. Needs to be careful. Slotted in on the back. Great ball by Ruben Davis. Abra says he's going to get there. Does well to see it out for a corner. Oh, no, goal kick. Got to give a corner then. Extremely well then, Abruzzese. To block the cross back onto the player and out for a goal kick. Luke Reese plays it short to McCarthy on the left-hand side of a back three. Wing-backs give him wide options. Watsy out on this near side. It's fired into him. Ben Arman seemed to be foul, but it's a Ferry throw-in. Referees forcing Ryan George backwards. Finally down the touchline. Been a lot of advantage gained by taking throw-ins further up again this afternoon. Seems so often that happens in the Cymru Premier. McCarthy wins the header. Back to Tom Price, who has been Ferry's own midfield enforcer, should we say. Out to Corey Herford. Ricky Watts, fresh legs on to hold him up. Herford crosses into Greg Walters' feet. Passes to Shepherd, who travels with it. He's going to get it. Oh, it's just bouncing away from him. George clips it past him. Cuts inside. Abruzzese. George does well. Out, crosses. Steep. Oh, it's a corner. Herford just got so much air. Lively, tricky winger. 5'7", 5'8" himself. Got up so high then. Above Greg and Alaric, to be fair. Like a gazelle through the air. But just headed against one of the players there, it seems. Good afternoon, Marcus Greenish, joining us on Facebook. You're working and watching the game. You make sure you don't get caught by your supervisor, Marcus. Cross coming in from Ferry. Deep round the back. Good header, Ben Arman. Shepherd, handball referee. Appeals given. Free kick on the edge of the box. Pressure over for now. Ferry just seemed to have come back into the game somewhat there, the last 5 minutes. Last 2 minutes, certainly. Luke Reese on the edge of his box. Tries, looks for the short one, but I think he does go to McCarthy, who's in a bit of space. Just looking to bring Ferry out of their defensive shape at the minute. Hawkins skips inside on the halfway line. Goes back to Alaric Jones. Probably the right decision. Pan is free. Ricky Watts is free on this open side. Alaric, great cross fielder. To find Shepherd behind the back line. Can he strike one? Skips inside. Oh, straight into the keeper's hands. Great play. He's great with both feet, Sheppy, but it just didn't quite come out of his feet there on his right foot, brings it back, sold the dummy to the two defenders and tried curling one. I think if that's on his right foot, he drills it. Left-footed curler into the safety of Will Fuller's hands. Headed clear already. Greg Walters gets hold of it. Just coming over the halfway line. Oh, just misses one. And it's swiped up in the air and it will skip through to the keeper. Defender. Chris Bates there. Just mistimed that one. Again, I'm saying the sun is in the eyes of the defence for Ferry. Closing up the 80th minute mark. Ruben Davis comes clear. Oh, great defending, Alaric Jones. It's out for a throw-in. He's put a great shift in this afternoon. Afternoon, David George joining us on YouTube in the garden. Here we go. Coming towards the final 10 minutes of normal time in the second half here at the Renewable Centre Stadium in Briton Ferry. It's a throw-in. I can't quite see with the number of fans here. No, it's a corner. Crossed in, Tom Price into a good area. Great header, Greg Walters. Great header. Pan underneath. Again, heads clear. Oh, excellent job, Pan. A little bit quieter the second half, but first half and overall has been excellent addition. Forsey's on his toes, as is Dan Hawkins, as Ricky punts it clear. Oh, Dan. Go on, Rick. Forsey's round the right-hand side. Big opportunity here as Forsey crosses. Low and, does get Panache again is there. He's picking up everything. He's just letting Shepherd have a little bit more freedom going forward as Ferry clear their lines. Ruben Davis controls on the halfway line. Tries to turn Alaric. Good. No luck with that one. So it goes backwards. Greg's underneath it. And McCarthy punches it clear. Good touch, Ricky Watts. Dan Hawkins is going to get there. Great flick, Dan Hawkins. Forsey onside. He's offside, I think. He would have been offside. Linesman kept his flag down. He would have been offside, but Ferry again pinch it in the right areas. Oh, there's a chance. Ruben Davis bunning in on goal over the bar. He surely was offside there. Big chance for Ferry. He skies it. Oh, from one end to the other here. That's a huge opportunity missed from Briton Ferry, which would have been a really disappointing way to concede there. Big calls for an offside flag not given. Ruben Davis in on goal. Keeper comes out well, makes himself big to be fair. And it just goes over the crossbar. Big, big chance. We had a great eye line of that. The Scorio cameras will no doubt show that one. He had so much of the goal to the right-hand side, as you'll see, to aim at, and he just blazed it over. Even a little dink would have opened the scoreline for the home side. Flicking across as Luke Rees receives a little bit of treatment inside the penalty area. I think he was caught in the follow-through collision. Looking around, still 1-0 Carnarvon, 1-0 Cardiff Met, 1-1 Colwyn Bay TNS with 7 normal time to play there. Penabon still leading 2-0. Not a bad result for Llanelli there. Yes, they continue their pointless season. However, it's going away to Penabon and only conceding 2 up until the 83rd minute. Isn't a bad return, to be fair. Obviously, we know Penabon already this season. We know they're going to be strong. They're thereabouts at the top of the table. So I think a long season continues for Llanelli, but signs of improvement perhaps. Looking at the Cymru South, Cambrian United extend their winning streak. 2-0 up at home to their Rhondda rivals and Isir Albions. Trevelyan, having been 2-0 down, have come back. 3-2 lead down the road from us here in Neath Talbot, and yet scoreless between Carmarthen, Baglan and Aberystwyth and Ammanford. Kyle Soucy equalised 2 in the Midways derby, so quite a lively one up there. Hawkins, Arman, just missed straight that pass. Ryan George comes away with it. Looks ahead. McCarthy, good star, great tackle again. Panache, he's playing his way to be the Bluebirds' next live man of the match, I think, this afternoon. I just feel he's on a yellow. I just hope that doesn't cost him late on here. 83rd minute approaching. I just get the feeling there is a goal to come. However, probably a draw is the right result. Panache does again pinch the ball. Alaric makes sure it's a throw-in. 20 yards from the corner flag over on the far side. Ferry in the attacking position here. Uphill throw is going to be given to Ryan George. Got a big throw. Put it in the area in the first half a couple of times. He's going to do it again here, I think. Many Ferry players just in front of the front post. Not too much of a run up. Inwards, great angle on the ball. Flicked on. Half a chance. Panache clears. Only as far as Dan Hawkins on the edge of the box. Clears towards the half line. 84 gone. Another throw from Ferry. Got to clear the lines here. Big moments in the game coming up. Stay strong, Bluebirds. Ryan George, there's not much room to have a run up, but he lofts one in a great area. McCarthy wins his header. Fawcett's going to come across and get it. Does well to control and run with it. Ricky Watts is going to see it out for an attacking throw in here, just inside the Ferry half. Wattsy gets it down to Fawcett. Chance to turn. Nobody around him. He's got to get something in that far corner if he can. Crosses. Low. Oh, nearly deflected into his own goal by Lewis Bates. But does in the end clear it for a throw-in. Attacking position. Ricky Watts is coming across to take this one on the downhill slope. He's got Greg in close proximity for a short one. I think Ricky's going to opt for it. Yeah, he passes it on to Greg. It's going to be thrown into the box. Alaric's just coming short. Greg Walters throws downhill into a good area. Armand flicks. It's gone up in the air. He's all over him. Come and get it up. Onto his left foot. Clips one to the back post. Fawcett. Oh, just beaten to the ball there. Ferry tried to counter, but kicked it straight into touch on the halfway line. 85.5 gone. Becoming time almost for next goal wins it territory. McCarthy, ball with hand, not in any great rush, goes back to his keeper, takes a touch, got to go big, does indeed go big, clips it over, can Fawcett get something? Oh, he sliced one. Fawcett's got to get there. Oh, Will Fuller. Oh, it's one of them debatable. Is it a back pass? Ferry come away with it. Ryan George goes to the skies. Big one. It's into a great area. Great header, Greg Walters. Only out to the edge of the box. Hereford gets it back on his right. Skips inside twice. Goes round. Crosses. It's deep. Good talking, I'd have thought, by the keeper. Out for a goal kick. Approaching the 87th minute. Goal kick. Last few minutes of the game here. Luke Reese is crossing. No, he's not. He's putting the ball down pretty central in his goal. On the slightly upper side of the pitch. Hopefully one of his better kicks upfield here. Luke Reese. I wonder Tony Bennett be happy with the point this afternoon. I doubt he would have liked the 3, but on reflection of the game, I think a draw, not a bad result for either team. All things considered. Alric Jones clips one forward. Shepherd's going to get there. Cian Jenkins is quick. He's got to play it early. He does indeed kick it out for. It's going to be another throw. Greg Walters is heading over. Great shift from centre half this afternoon, Greg. Another one you'd like to think aiming for Fawcett or Arman in the penalty area. Can we pinch one? 87.5 gone. Greg downhill. Launches one. It's in an area. Flicked on by Arman. On punted clear. It's going to come straight back out for another throw. Supporters rush to get the ball and get it back on as quick as we can. No ball in sight. No rush from the home side to get one either, but supporters have collected it for us. Back in. Greg Walters. Back to Alric Jones. Chance to deliver. Left-footed. Into a great area. Oh, it's too good. Whips one. Too big, too deep. And out for a goal kick. Will Fuller in the goal. Just looking to settle things down. I think Ferry would take the draw from here. Been under pressure a lot over the last 15 to 20 minutes. Closing in on full time across Wales for the other games. Colwyn Bay still 1-1 against the champions. Met still leading at home to Barry. Carnarvon still leading at home to Bala. Fuller gets it back upfield. Alric Jones is coming towards it. Oh, please. With punts it high into the afternoon sky. Arman's underneath. Oh, hits George. Hits Arman. He flicks one forward for Fawcett. Good first touch. Handball, Peels. Oh, corner potentially. Throw in given. Peels for a handball there. Referee waves play on. It's again one of those moments. I keep my lips sealed. Seen him given. Referee waved a throw in and has now changed his mind. Wow, corner. Dan Hawkins crosses. It's into a great area. Oh, headed clear defensively. It's going to be another corner, I think. Yeah, another corner. I would love to see that again. The ref gave a throw in. And then when Dan Hawkins deceptively perhaps put it down for a corner, he didn't say anything. Ferry would feel aggrieved if something happens here, but as we enter the 90th minute on the clock, Abrasezi has got a chance to cross one in one of the 3 minutes to go. Abrasezi clips one. Oh, keeper punches. Greg Walters got to get on the end of that one, although it could go out for a throw-in. Yeah, it's going to be a throw-in over the far side. Inside the 3 added on minutes here. Still no goal. Substitute. There's an absolute giant coming on for Briton Ferry Llansawel. Chris Evans coming on to help defend the last 2 minutes of the game. And it's number 11, Thomas Walters. No, 11, Hereford, who departs. Referee sending him off behind the goal there. So Chris Evans, the centre half, joining matters in the last 2 minutes of play. He is 6'5", 6'6", surely. So in for his defensive duties to see out the draw for the home side, his manager thinks. Can we make them pay? Greg Walters, short to Dan Hawkins. Fouled, surely in the back, ref. Dan Hawkins again. Oh, again, fouled, no, nothing. Standard practice. Greg Walters, chance to square. Oh, Alric has lost the ball. Ruben Davis is sprinting clear. McCarthy, last man. Shepherd steals it off him. So good, Corey Shepherd. Absolute class from our skipper. Chased him all the way back. And a chance of forward. Can we score? Ben Arman. Oh! Nearly nicked it at the death. Incredible scenes here. Oh, Ruben Davis for Ferry was approaching our goal with the last kick of the game, it seemed. Shepherd chased him back, pinched it off him when I thought maybe a red card was coming. All of a sudden, it's up the other end. Arman squares it. I think it's Fawcett, but a last-ditch toe gets it up and over the crossbar. It's got a corner as we approach the 92nd minute. Oh, I was waiting for the net to go then. Smash and grab at the death. Still 60 to go. Bluebirds still throwing everything at it. They've only got 2 back, but no Ferry attacker. Hawkins, good area. Can we get ahead on it? Yes! We score! It's a goal. It's a big injury. I don't know who it is. It's a goal in the 92nd minute. Bluebirds score. I think it's Alaric Jones. He's up on his feet. He's caught one to the head. He's done his dance. We've been waiting a long time for that one. 92nd minute winner. Alaric Jones, back post header. Surely now, boys, we shut out the shop. Oh, and get the 3 points. Alaric Jones gets the fans jubilant in the corner. Will Fuller throws his drinks bottle to the ground. 93rd minute. Alaric Jones is still making his way out of the penalty box. Great connection, top corner from the header, cross the box. Alaric Jones, like a salmon. Superb. There is the best part of 60 seconds to play. Tom Price goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, takes a touch. He's going to go big. Ferry throwing everything at this. Up in the air. One. Dan Hawkins is going to get it. Just punts it clear for a throw in, hopefully. No, it's going to go all the way out for a goal kick. Everybody waiting for the full-time whistle here. Alaric Jones with the winner, hopefully. He's looked at his watch. There's seconds remaining, surely. Fuller, the goal kick. Getting hold of this possession now is key. Fuller punts it up into the air. Abruzzese will misses the header, goes over his head. Ricky Owen punts it clear. Last chance. Alaric is underneath it with Davis. It's going to go out for a throw into the Bluebirds. That is the full-time whistle. An excellent Bluebirds following sees the Bluebirds take all 3 points in Neath but Albert, where Briton Ferry Llansawel concede in the 92nd minute. Tony Pennock will be delighted to get all 3 points there. In essence, to be fair, it was a point apiece. I thought was going to be the way it played out. But Gary Richards sees this extended run in the dugout, having never lost as a manager of Haverfordwest. As Tony Pennock with his suspension, Gary Richards has led the team today, but everybody has played their part in what's been an excellent away day victory. The first 3 points of the season, full-time here at the Renewable Centre Stadium, sees Briton Ferry Llansawel 0, Haverfordwest County 1. Bosh, what a great bank holiday Monday it's turned out to be. 4 points over the weekend. Probably not what we deserved overall, but we'll take it. Excellent. Ben Hammond played his part when he came on. Alaric Jones got the goal, but I've got to say, debutant Panache Makwiramaiti has got the Nest Live man of the match. An excellent debut. He was just absolutely everywhere. But the boys will celebrate into the afternoon, into the evening now, under the sun, and think back what a great performance that was overall. Resolute and clinical at the very death, but excellent. We kick on now then. Saturday afternoon, we'll see Carnarvon come back to the Meadow. The playoff final opponents are back. It is the live game, the live Scorio game on S4C, so there will be live TV coverage. But please do get down the Oggy Bridge Meadow for coverage. And see it in person of hopefully us continuing this momentum now and picking up points across the league. Thank you very much for joining us across all platforms this afternoon. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks when we face TNS away at the start of September. Over and out, Bluebirds Nest.